Outside the door.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 14th, 2019. Shout out to my man Gerald G out there on YouTube for the song request. G Worthy, Get Mine. I like this joint right here. Real West Coast vibe going on today. He said he's got some BAT coming my way. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that sends me BAT tokens, either on Twitter, YouTube, and on my website. So much love to everybody who supports Crypto Blood. But what's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well. Today we've got a bloodbath, looks like, in both equities and the crypto markets. So much for a negative correlation with the crypto market. We're with Bitcoin and the crypto markets, we're right at like zero, right? Zero means really no correlation. It may correlate sometimes just by fluke, and sometimes it won't. So there's no real correlation with any other asset class, or in this particular point I'm talking about equities. I don't see a real correlation with Bitcoin and the equities market, which is still not a bad thing. That's good to see an asset class that doesn't have a correlation to the equities market, negative or positive. Hey, that's what it is. We'll have to take a look at what's going on in the markets here in a second. But today we are going to look at this USDC payment processing that Coinbase is offering their merchants. And I've told you guys this so many times in the past. You know, you guys love Litecoin, even Digibyte, all of these different coins that are out here still have a limited supply. Even if it's, order of magnitudes more than what maybe Bitcoin has, there still is a deflationary aspect to it, maybe less than Bitcoin, but there still is that aspect or characteristic to the coin. So you're not going to see many people spending it because the opportunity for that particular coin to go up in value in the future is pretty high because there is a fixed supply. So you got to think in the future what you're going to see individuals using on a more day-to-day basis. Not saying that people won't use Litecoin here and there, or Digibyte, or any other of the coins that have a fixed supply. People will use it, but not as much. Okay, they'll use what we know as stable coins. That is what's going to be the future of brick and mortar and e-commerce transactions when it comes to digital currencies or cryptocurrency. It's going to be in some form of a stable coin or a coin that has an open-ended supply, which is what's called more so an inflationary type of token or cryptocurrency, because people won't have a problem or won't feel too bad spending it because they know that over time inflation is going to decrease the value of that purchasing power for that coin over time. So you have to start thinking in that realm, thinking in that way when it comes to the future and what it looks like when people use cryptocurrencies. Now, maybe at some point in 10, 15 years, when whatever coins are left, whatever cryptocurrencies are left, and the halving slows down the pace of creation of new coins, then we can have that discussion again. I had a conversation with Satoshi Light, or you guys know him as Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, last year about around this time about this very point. I'll try to make sure I leave that in the description of this video, but he agreed with me. It's not going to be the type of coin that's used because it's just not stable enough to use as a day-to-day payment gateway. But anyway, we're going to take a look at how Coinbase is starting to integrate the USDC stablecoin into their merchant platforms. And I think this is what we're going to see as a future. I know it's not really what we want, but it is what it is. And I'm not here to give you false hopes. I'm here to give you guys real level-headed commentary on the cryptocurrency markets and industry. And the second article is out of CTN. It is about this Bitcoin fear gauge. It has exploded to an alarming rate we haven't seen since 2018, the bottom of this past cycle in cryptos, or I should say Bitcoin. So I thought this was interesting. It caught my eye because earlier this morning I saw Crypto, or Omar Bam, on Twitter post this image, and then I saw this article and said, hey, let me talk about this. We'll have to take a look at what this means. Does this mean this is a bottom? Or does this mean that things could get worse in Bitcoin? And lastly, we're going to look at Smart Cash, one of my channel sponsors. Saw this article and it was a 2-year review of the accomplishments they've had. Pretty impressive, man, I have to admit. So I wanted to definitely highlight this about Smart Cash, and we're going to take a look at their 2-year summary of things they've accomplished. You got projects like Smart Cash, Digibyte. They don't get enough attention, and it's really unfortunate, but you know, this is why I'm trying to bring these types of projects to your attention, so that at least you know about them and can look into them a little bit more. But before we get into things, definitely want to give a shout out to my channel sponsors, smartcash.cc and bitcoinconfidential.cc and Moon Lambo. Check those guys out. They've got the whole Miami Vice themed tees and I think hoodies as well. Get over there to moonlambotees.com. You can save 10% if you use the word CryptoBlood10. Let's get into this though. Man, it's a bloodbath. We got like various at around $4.20 at the time of recording. Hope many of you took heed to the breaking news that I did I think a couple of nights ago. And at that point it was at $16 and some change. Man, it's not looking good for the other ones either. Not as bad, not nearly as bad, but Bitcoin is down 5.7% to $10,340. Ethereum, look at this, down 8.3% to $191.16. And I'm really shocked at how EOS is performing right now. They're down 8.6% to $3.73. Litecoin down as well, 7% to $77.50. Only a few are in the green. I know I saw Algorand. There it is. Algorand is up today. It was up even more earlier, 3.8%. I told you guys about this particular cryptocurrency, created by the same person that created ZK Snarks. So he knows what he's doing. But as you can see, most are definitely down for today. And if we look at a 1 month performance, Bitcoin's down 5%, ETH down 16, EOS down 12, and Litecoin down 14%. But on the contrary, we still got BNB up 2%. Bitcoin Cash is up 5.3%. Algorand up 100%. Wow. And look at the charts. Man, wrong again. Upside down Bart Simpson did not come to pass. We actually had it even lower. Man, so at this point, this area looks like an area that could be support. This is the top side of the channel. If you guys recall the channel that I drew that we were in, that's where we are right now. I'm assuming we would hold that. I mean, we could test the bottom of this channel, but most likely if we dropped that far down and broke below the top side of the previous channel, we're most likely going to go ahead and test this 9,000 marker. So we'll have to see, but so far looks like we may be at the bottom, and we'll bounce off of that. So let me just update this. You know, I see us doing something like this, boom, and heading higher from here, hopefully, right? Hopefully. We're always reactionary though when it comes to trading anyway. But let's look at this fear gauge, this Bitcoin fear gauge that explodes to most alarming levels since 2018. It says that the Bitcoin fear and greed index has crashed to its lowest level in almost a year. The index, which tracks sentiment among investors, hasn't plummeted to these lows since December of 2018, when the king of crypto finally found yearly support just above 3,000. The current reading of 11 out of a possible 100 registers as extreme fear on the scale. However, contrarian reading of that chart suggests that a buying opportunity may be just around the corner, and this would align with the top of the channel that I just extended outward. So this could be a definite buying opportunity for people if you have the guts to do it. It says that global macroeconomist and trader Alex Kruger clearly isn't afraid of the current selling pressure. He was quick to point out that buyers would likely prop up the price in the $10,300 support zone. And guess what? That's right where we are. Exactly where we are. 10,300. Top of the channel is at 10,140. But that's very close. Okay, that would make a lot of sense here. But the article goes on to ask, how accurate is this particular index? Now for the real question, they say, what, if anything, does this extreme fear reading mean for investors? The answer, like all things in trading, is it depends. The index uses a number of metrics to determine its values, including Google Trends data, volatility, surveys, and of course, social media. Social sentiment is a particular challenging field to measure, and researchers are only starting to come to grips with accurate measurement tools. If we superimpose a chart of Bitcoin's price over the fear index, we get a fascinating picture of market tops and bottoms. And so as you can see here, the gray area plot, the gray dot plot is what the crypto fear and greed index shows, and this is almost like a VIX index for crypto. This is pretty interesting. Never even heard of this, but as you can see, as this crypto fear index reaches near 10 range, which is toward the bottom here, you'll see that Bitcoin does bottom. It definitely does bottom. So let's see what happens here if this is a low for us. Now, I'm gonna do a poll today to ask you guys, how do you feel about that? Do you think this crypto fear and greed index means that we're at a bottom, or do you think we are going lower? So we'll have to see. I'll leave a poll pinned at the top here on this video for you guys to participate on Twitter with me, and it'll be interesting to see what you guys feel about this fear and greed index. So the second article we're going to look at here is out of CoinDesk. I wanted to read this one instead of the published PR release from Coinbase. I'd rather get more of a journalistic view of it versus from the Coinbase blog. So it says that Coinbase Commerce is putting Ethereum's most recent upgrade, Constantinople, to use for thousands of retailers and merchants around the world. Launched earlier last year, Coinbase Commerce is an app for online vendors wanting to accept payments in crypto and integrate these purchases into existing business cash flows. As reported by CoinDesk, in May, over 50 million in transactions have been processed through Coinbase Commerce by 2,000 merchants, clients, including e-commerce giant Shopify. But recently, the application added support for an Ethereum-based stablecoin, USDC. On Wednesday, Coinbase Commerce software engineer released a blog post discussing the new Ethereum feature that makes USDC payments possible. He says the Create To function is a very new addition to the Ethereum ecosystem, and it's very important because it enables workflows that were impossible or at least very impractical before. Now developers can simulate interactions with the blockchain without deploying their contract on there. This is very neat because it enables huge savings for costs. Create 2 was activated on the Ethereum blockchain in February as part of the larger system-wide upgrade known as Constantinople. So as such, with this new Create 2 function enabled on Coinbase Commerce, smart contracts facilitating the payments and receipt of USDC tokens only have to interact and pay fees to the Ethereum blockchain for final settlement. Initial smart contract interactions such as address confirmation happen off-chain thanks to Create 2. So this not only, he says, saves Coinbase Commerce on gas, but also discourages the initiation of fake payments since these are only committed to the blockchain upon final settlement. For now, initiating payments of USDC on Coinbase Commerce is free for all customers. This may change into a paid feature according to the Coinbase representative once smart contract-based payments on the application are sufficiently streamlined. So, again, this is going to open the floodgates for those 2,000 merchants that use Coinbase Commerce to start accepting USDC. And of course, we know that at some point, Coinbase is definitely going to start charging for this feature, in my opinion, I should say, because it is an added benefit to just be able to accept cryptocurrency stablecoin at the point of sale without having to, transfer from Bitcoin to a stablecoin, and there's additional fees with that and all that. So yeah, man, this is definitely going to be something that you'll see other platforms take advantage of as well with the Create 2 on Ethereum. But ultimately, it's just, going to come down to speed and efficiency when we're talking about volume. You have millions and millions of people doing these transactions. It's still going to create a bottleneck even when the final function is sent out onto the blockchain for confirmation. So Ethereum's got to upgrade sooner than later if they want to keep up with these Gen 3 blockchains out here. So yeah, that's that. I wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So the last article though is out of CoinLance, and it's about Smart Cash, one of my sponsors for the channel. Their 2-year review of accomplishments. They've done a lot. They have definitely done a lot, and I wanted to highlight this for sure. And the article talks about how Smart Cash blockchain still lives up to its history of being a stable and fast cryptocurrency, adjusting and changing to remain just as fast or become even faster with features like InstaPay. As more features are added, the Smart Cash experience becomes more redefined, making it not just a good currency, but a good store of value too. And before we get started on the accomplishments, I do just want to show you this map of all the different merchants that accept Smart Cash. So again, as you can see, they are definitely doing their thing all over the globe, but they're looking to really expand a little bit further into the United States and North America, I should say. And so let's take a look at the first part of this roadmap. Of course, July of 2017, it was the initial launch of Smart Cash. Then we go on to the 0% mining pools and Smart Hive, and ultimately the web wallet in September of 2017. And I'm using the Android wallet. It's great. They published that in November of 2017. In 2018, they did a lot. We've got the Smart Band, which was like a near field communication type of device that you can swipe right at the point of sale. Smart Card they came out with in May. And then what was really great was Instant Pay in June of 2018. That thing is instant. It literally is what it says. And then the later half of 2018, they had Smart Pay app. They developed the feature for you to send by email or SMS. And then finally, the NFC support for smart cards. And in October, they launched the iOS wallet. A lot of things happened in 2018, and they actually, and I say this all the time, they received best cryptocurrency in Brazil in 2018. So as we go into this year, this one is a big one. WooCommerce Smart Cash payment plugin. This is a very big one for many people who use WordPress websites. You can easily implement their payment portal right within your website. No need to go through, like we talked about earlier, Coinbase Commerce, where they're going to ask for a lot of KYC information and so on and so forth. You can implement this right on your website. And also in January, they implemented Smart Shift, which allowed you to swap between various cryptocurrencies. February of 2019, reoccurring payments. That's a neat one as well. And in March of 2019, they launched the Brazil-focused smartcash.cc website. And in July, the Portugal one. So they've done a lot. I'll leave a link to this article so you guys can check it out in detail. I just wanted to kind of skim over it for you, so you can kind of get an understanding of all of the features that have been implemented into this project. 3,800 smart cards currently active. There are over 240 locations worldwide accepting smart cards. And the community is fairly big here. Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. Just wanted to again give you the rundown on what they've done in the last 2 years since inception. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I got to give another shout out, though, to my man Gerald G out there on YouTube for that G Worthy. I'm going to get mine. I like this joint right here. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe and click that bell, all that good stuff. And I'll see everybody in the D on Friday. Sold out event, Max Kaiser. Hope you guys got you a ticket, because if you didn't, you ain't getting in. That's it for today, though, ladies and gents. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's my two Satoshis. August 14th, 2019. I'm out of here, people. How?